movies. We watch movies. You listen to us talk about movies that we watched without you. It's beautiful. Thanks.
This will be entertaining for Lexi, where she can't hear a quarter of the conversation.
I'm sorry, Lexi. You've been a good sport so far. You want this chair? I'm not going to sit.
Is she standing right behind you?
She's like
Trey?
sitting in a corner.
She's just like right up next to you.
Yeah, right there. Like she's under the desk.
Whoa.
It all floats down there, right? That's a reference to a movie
that only half of us saw.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, including Lexi.
Yeah.
I almost caught
60% of us.
I almost caught Chandler.
You what?
Our projections were
yeah.
within one of each other.
Like then Sam Bradford took off.
Okay, so I guess the run sheet for this episode is we'll talk about what we've been watching. We'll go through some news. We'll talk about bowling for Columbine, and then maybe Twitter if we get any. Because I swear to God, everyone still has film questions or game questions.
Good.
We could do.
I don't know how you can get mad at them for confusing film and game when you do it every single time you introduce anything on either show or mention.
Trey's shaking his head over here.
What are you even saying, Adam? Your phone's breaking up.
Oh, interesting.
I can just dump you.
You patched me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you patched me in. You dumped me just as easily.
I brought you into this world. I can take you out. Did you want to talk movies that were infected by 9/11?
Like Rockstar?
Infected?
Wait, what movie was infected?
Infected by 9/11.
Oh, we should have watched 9/11 with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the poster for that, Trey?
No.
Oh, God.
All right.
It's coming out soon.
Wait, there's a Charlie Sheen
9/11
movie?
Not a funny movie.
No?
Charlie Sheen and Whoopi Goldberg, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's not funny?
Yeah.
All right, which one is Building 7?
9/11, baby.
Apparently it's based off a play, which is based off the phone calls that people made.
Well, Whoopi Goldberg is an EGOT recipient, so I guess
EGOT.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we have to give it a fair shake.
Yep.
Have we been recording all this?
Yeah, we've been recording all this.
No!
This is generally how it works.
Yeah. So we'll start
Kind
now.
of roll into it.
We'll start now.
Oh, it's just casual.
You see,
convo.
Austin hates the casual convo.
I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
wrong
the
with
hard
casual-
start.
What's wrong with the casual convo?
It's just a little pretentious, you know.
I mean, the whole premise of I want you to just listen to me talk to my friends is pretty pretentious. Doesn't matter how you start.
True.
Yeah.
But you're going to start adding layers of pretension on top of it.
No, we'll start regular. We won't put all that in there. We're going to start now.
No,
okay?
I like everything we've
right.
done. No, I like it all. Keep it.
No, I'm not going to put it in
It's
anymore
good.
because we're breaking the fourth wall.
The only thing that ever gets cut out of the podcast is when Trey says racist things.
True. He says them a lot. He called me a wop last week.
Mm-hmm. No, that's actually kind of true.
What's a WAP?
It's an Italian.
Italian.
A filthy Italian.
Italian.
Did they get offended by that?
I don't think so anymore.
I'm part Italian, and I don't get offended by that.
It was like a
Good to know.
1900s
Yeah.
turn of the century.
My best friend's
slur.
Italian, so I can say it.
You can say it. You can say it. Here's your. Yeah, you can say it.
Lexi's Italian?
Lexi's. Yeah, she'd be your best friend.
She's
actually.
my wife.
My wife.
That should also be your best friend.
She is
Yeah.
my best friend.
Okay, good.
All those Facebook posts. I met my best friend today. I married my best friend.
Who
You don't
rescued
even-
who?
She rescued me. I was a lost soul, and she rescued me.
My best friend is also Italian. It's pizza.
Yay! Vici! Oh, never forget it.
Whoa. Well. Welcome to Super FilmsCast 64.
Welcome to Super FilmsCast 64. This is the podcast where we talk about films, unlike that other podcast where it's about games or something like that.
Ew.
No one likes that. No one wants that. I am Trey Mitchell, and on the phone with us right now is Adam Fullerton. How you doing,
Hey.
man?
Oh, just watching a bunch of stuffy white folk. My typical Monday.
Just working for the man, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Putting in the old 11 to 9.
11 to 9, bro. We got that shift.
Yep.
Just
The
working
grind.
away, yeah. Adam, we got you on the phone today because you're at work. But like me,
Yeah.
you like to say F it to work and just do the podcast. Do it for the art, right? It's for the art.
Yeah, you got to do what really matters to you. To thy own self be true. And my own self talks about a documentary from 16 years ago.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about Bowling for Columbine, which is not a Bowling for Soup documentary or a documentary about bowling.
Or really about Columbine.
Yeah, or about Columbine, really. Today we got Spencer, a reoccurring guest. Spencer, how you doing, man?
Doing well. Thank you for the warm introduction.
Spencer
Trey.
Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's it. That's the
Nailed
name.
it.
And for the first
Nailed it,
time,
Trey Pickle.
Playing-
I did. Yeah.
Tonight, playing the part of Adam will be me.
Now this is the first ever guest appearance of Austin Guttery on the podcast. So round of applause for Austin, our first guest, first ever time Austin Guttery's been on the podcast. Austin, I don't know if
That's not
you've
entirely true.
how so?
In the classic
Oh
Chicken
yeah.
Nugget app, Austin came in and
That's
made
right.
a surprise appearance.
That was a cameo, really.
Yeah, but you're kind of ruining my joke that I planned today in the shower. Is that I would say, "Hey, Austin, I don't believe you've met Spencer or Adam. Hey, this is this is Austin Guttery. I don't think you guys have met."
Okay, well, Adam's not here.
because it would have been funny because they knew you longer than I've known you. That's funny.
Yeah.
I
This-
guess.
this
isn't-
show's gone off the
This
rail
certainly
already.
isn't super comedy.
You
cast.
should post that to the Shower
very
Thoughts
funny.
subreddit.
I should. What was that, Adam?
I said it was very funny what you said.
Thank you. He's, he always supports me, unlike some people on other podcasts.
Which ones and whom? Name them specifically.
It's that one where we talk about like Nintendo a
That's what I
lot,
thought.
and you say, "Yep,
That's what I thought.
Yup.
mhm, yep."
I like to bully Trey a lot.
He is a
The
bully.
podcast.
Yeah, you're a bully.
I like how the phone signal or like the phone voice is so weak. No matter if like what we're saying, it just
I have
drowns
it.
out
I have it
Adam.
way up.
Yeah, you got it cranked.
Yeah. So let's go around the table. It's gonna be a longer show, so let's try to keep things kind of tight. We got 5 separate segments.
Okay.
This is our first segment. We're gonna talk about what we've been watching. Adam, what have you been watching?
Oh, Trey, let me tell you, I've been watching the greatest movie, the most American movie, the great sport of the NFL.
Oh yes, the Sport of Kings, as they call it.
They say that they do. I
Modern
don't know,
day
not me.
gladiators, as some people would
Yes.
say. Yes.
Yes.
Oh baby.
So I've been watching that entertainment,
Uh-huh.
and then I watched Bowling for Columbine,
Yeah.
which we will be talking about. And I don't know if I watched the ESPN 30 for 30 on Dallas Carter High School.
Okay.
What Carter lost.
Mm-hmm.
Not that interesting. You can pass on it.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't have a whole lot of. I mean, it's interesting, but they just don't have game footage. So they talk about how good they are, but you never really get to see how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
They have tiny clips. So for the most part, I would say for a 30 for 30, disappointing.
Mm.
Is that about Coach Carter?
No.
Yeah, it's about when Samuel L. Jackson came to Dallas
Mm-hmm.
and coached up some youths.
Yeah,
And then
I
they
need these
robbed the guy
motherfucking basketballs off my motherfucking plane. That's what he said.
What's that a reference
That's
to?
a different black actor, Trey.
Oh. Who's that?
Yeah. Wait,
You're
who?
doing. Coach Carter is Denzel.
You
and
said
were-
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Coach Carter is 100% Samuel L. Jackson. I thought we were
What?
pulling
Yeah.
a classic prank on Trey.
Yeah, Coach Carter's Sam Jackson.
Yeah, it's Sam Jackson.
What's the one
I'm
with?
not going to watch a Denzel movie.
Why would you watch that?
I just figure. Maybe I'm the racist.
You
I
are the
figure every
racist.
black coach is
You know?
Denzel.
No, you're
Oh,
racist.
Shoot.
I mean, I
Anyways.
thought you were, but now I can be reassured you're a racist.
I mean, I had a really good what Carter lost joke now, but I feel like I've segued too far away.
no, it's gone now. It's gone.
Anyways,
yeah.
I thought it was about Aaron Carter with that recent mugshot that got released of his.
He looks great.
He looks amazing. How old is he?
Okay,
50?
PewDiePie.
Oh, PewDiePie now, dude. This isn't the FilmsCast, Adam. Save it for Wednesday.
I have to get my raw social commentary in now.
This is the only opportunity you have to get in your pot shots.
Quit taking him out of context.
You know what? Hey, you would be mad too if you were getting killed in PUBG, bro. You would get mad too.
Oh, you're right.
Why were you complaining about this, huh?
Let's keep talking about
Why are we
video
complaining
games.
about this when we got a guy who works for Polygon who can't even play Cuphead? He can't even play it well.
Trey, we
that's
discussed
the real
this.
enemy. Not PewDiePie.
We've moved past it, that guy.
Hey, Trey, what have you been watching?
So
Worked up.
I've just been watching PewDiePie videos all day.
First of all, it's PewDiePie.
I know
not-
it's PewDiePie.
not PewDiePie.
Why are you guys saying it like
It's
that?
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
Hi guys, I'm PewDiePie. You know, he kind of sounds like your friend Casper. He has that weird European accent. Caspers. The friendly Italian.
Yeah, that WAP we know.
WAP. So on a whim, I just one night decided to watch Hot Fuzz, and that was enjoyable again. It's fun to kind of see kind of all the foreshadowing and all. You know, you've seen Hot Fuzz, right?
No, I haven't, but it sounds like Adam's getting into some shit.
Oh God.
I'm in my car now.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Race down here. Maybe you can make it for the last 15
Yeah.
minutes.
For the actual.
I'll get here for a Twitter question about a game that I won't.
Yeah,
Hell
ask just game questions, okay? And then we'll have Austin ask film questions. Oh no, we'll have you ask film questions on the FilmsCast.
Perfect.
This will be great. This is some synergy right here. So I'm gonna turn you down a little bit. So
Hot Fuzz is fun.
yeah, it's real fun, and it was fun to kind of see all the foreshadowing. I didn't realize that Martin Freeman was in it as he's like the officer in the beginning who the first guy that says like they're gonna transfer him. And who else was in it? Oh, the Hound is in it as well.
Yeah, Yarp Yarp Narp is like one of my favorite comic bits
Yeah.
in a long
Good. And then it's Timothy Dalton as the villain, right?
Adam crashed.
I think so. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like he was really good as like the dastardly villain. Like I enjoyed that, and I also enjoyed the whole. I love the idea of that. It all makes sense. It's kind of this boring plot, but then you realize the plot's just really out there at the end. Like everyone's just kind of like, we just want to kick the people out we don't like. It's nothing to do with any like real estate or anything. It was good. It was a good rewatch. I enjoyed it again.
That's the second in the trilogy of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, right? What's the third one?
At World's End.
At World's
Okay,
End.
yeah.
Did you like that one as much, Adam?
Oh, I loved At World's End. I think probably of the three, I don't know, it may be the weakest, but I think that it's a lot of fun. I think it has some of the highest highs of the Cornetto trilogy, as it's known. But it probably on the whole, it may be the worst of the three. I think it's over Hot Fuzz.
I think it's I don't think we can relate to it as much because I think it's more for people in their 40s
And
going back
British.
to their hometown, after a long time. And I think maybe we being in our 20s and almost 30s.
I think it works as a when everyone comes back from college.
Yeah.
You see how it changes. I know
Sure.
it's generally meant to be more growth than that, but I remember when I saw it, kind of feeling a connection with the story, even though it was a more useful version.
Yeah. I think I need to rewatch it because I think it was my least favorite of the three, but I feel like everyone liked it so much I might be missing something. Maybe a second viewing will make me like it more. So Spencer. Oh, what else have I been watching? So sorry, man. I was at a friend's place this weekend and we watched like a few episodes of Fargo, the
Which season?
show. First season. I've seen it before, but still a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you seen Fargo?
I've seen the first 2 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was in the. I started watching that in the middle of watching a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So I need to sit down and spend some time with it.
Was there a Good Place marathon on that you had to cut into?
Yeah, it was right in the middle of watching like 10 episodes or 13 episodes of Good Place in 2 days. So
Okay.
it was.
What's Good Place?
I thought that's the show that I
Ted
talked
Danson?
about the last time I was on.
Okay.
Kristen Bell, right?
Kristen Bell, Ted Danson. You got a little Adam Scott.
She's at the top of my celebs list. My hot celebs.
Yeah, that's the one that you have permission to bone, right?
Exactly, yes.
Mm-hmm. Who? Wait, who? Kristen Stewart?
Kristen
it's
Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Bell. Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show returned September 20th on NBC. I said ABC last time, but it's NBC.
Are there any
NBC.
shows that premiere October 3rd you're interested in?
Oh, I think there's one called. Adam.
Yeah, I was just actually working with someone with this exact same title.
Oh, I think it's the mayor.
Hell yeah!
The Mayor?
So are you coming over for our The Mayor watching party on October 3rd?
If I'm invited, I'll come. What's the mayor about?
Okay, get this.
Okay.
He's black.
Oh!
He's a rapper.
Oh!
He's young.
Oh!
And he's the mayor.
I thought you were going to say he's gay.
He
That
might
would-
be. I don't
It
know.
might be an interesting concept.
But he's the mayor of his
He's like
town.
a black beatboxing mayor.
I assume so.
Haven't we come so far since Obama that we need to do this anymore? I mean, we had a black president.
And get this, guys.
Who
He's
didn't
bringing
rap.
He's bringing back coal.
Oh.
Wait, really? Is that part
Yeah,
of
the
his
whole
plot?
thing is like clean coal.
Just for his town?
Yeah. As the mayor, I'm bringing back coal, and it's gonna be clean.
So
and
get ready for...
beautiful.
Why it gotta be black lung?
I just see lung.
Why does it gotta be black?
This episode's gonna get us kicked off the air.
No, it's not. We're good. We're just not gonna send this to Kat like I originally planned. I planned the whole thing. Okay, we're gonna do 5 segments and we're gonna make them clean. And no, it's already kind of fallen off the tracks on that.
Well, we haven't said anything about. No, stop.
Nah, we'll
what
stop.
else have you been? Anything else you've been watching?
Get Cannibal Holocaust. I know you enjoyed that segment last time. So
Wait, you watched Cannibal Holocaust?
no, I didn't. But
Were
that's
they-
another thing we could review.
Where they actually killed that girl?
Yeah, they killed him. They actually killed all of them.
That's
and
the
turtle.
rumor, right? That they actually killed that girl?
That was the rumor. They had to all appear on a talk show because the director got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
For murder?
For Moida. For
Oh.
Moida. For Moida.
For man's laughter.
Yeah. And I watched Bowling for Columbines. So Nathan, what have you been watching?
Well,
Not Nathan, Spencer.
Well, Troy.
Trey, you
I'm bad.
okay.
I watched it.
Yeah.
This weekend I thought it was
Oh,
great.
I did too, actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I did not watch Bowling for Columbine, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna be tuned out for that portion today.
What are your opinions of it? Give us your opinions. Adam hasn't seen it, and I'm gonna save my opinions till me and Adam talk about it. Adam and I talk about it.
My
But-
it opinions, top level, really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well acted, and I think it did a good job of kind of reintroducing the book and the story to people.
Mm-hmm.
I read the Wikipedia page about the novel today, and I really want to read the book now. It sounds really interesting. It's a lot more than just clown in sewer, eat children.
Right.
It's like a monster
There's
every
an orgy
27
scene in
years.
the book, right?
Yeah, there's a 12-year-old fuck fest.
Yeah,
gangbang.
they don't have that in the movie.
They don't?
No.
Why?
Though I will say, the movie goes way farther in certain areas than the TV special does.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
it's
because
Because the first one was on TV.
Yeah,
yeah.
like this one, it was surprising. Some things they did.
Yeah, but back to the novel. There's like a whole universe like that Stephen King has apparently created. That
Yeah.
apparently like a dark tower ties into this universe in a lot of ways. But there's like a lot of like supernatural kind of elements of the novel that aren't really touched on in the TV series and weren't exactly touched on in the new movie, but could be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll check it out.
Because they're doing a second movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
Then,
there a
Spoiler.
second book?
well, it's part 2 of the book. And there was a part 2 in the series as well.
Yeah, well,
It's not really a
we
spoiler.
can talk more about this later.
Yeah, okay.
Things I've been watching other than it.
Yeah.
Lexi and I have been watching Catastrophe.
Catastrophe? It's about cats?
Catastrophe, which I think it's a TV show in Britain. I think it's on BBC or something.
Tapestry?
Catastrophe.
Okay.
Catastrophe. It's Rob Delaney and Sharon. I'm forgetting her name, but it's basically a romantic comedy about a American who's over in London for work, and he accidentally knocks up a school teacher in London, and just the hijinks that ensue. But it's really, really good.
What's it on?
It's a BBC show, but it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
There's 3 seasons. They're only 6 episodes each, so you can power through them. We also saw Hitman's Bodyguard.
How was
that
that?
hilarious?
It was dumb, but it was fine.
Okay.
It was
Hey, that's starring Michael Jordan, right?
No, Michael Jackson.
Guys, that's horrible. It's Donald Glover.
Posthumous release.
Okay, it's Donald Glover and Donald
mean-
Glover and Ryan
You
Gosling.
mean Danny Glover?
No.
Yeah, Danny Glover and Ryan Gosling.
Yep. And so that was dumb. We watched Little Evil, which is Adam Scott Netflix comedy about his son is the spawn of Satan.
It's hilarious.
It was pretty funny. We watched What Happened to Monday, another Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it was dog crap. Dog crap movie. I watched The Experimenter, which is a movie with one of the Skarsgård clan guys.
What is, I guess, whatever his name is, like, what is he famous for? Because, like, I know it was
Which one?
the guy who played Pennywise. I guess both of them.
So he is famous. His dad and brothers are all actors. His brother is, I think the most famous of them is Alexander Skarsgård, I think.
Is he the one who
He's
was...
in a lot of HBO specials.
Okay.
He's in, like series. He was in Big Little Lies, among other things. The dad was in like all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Mm-hmm.
Is he Davy Jones?
I don't think so.
Davy Jones is looking.
Did you guys know that Stellan Skarsgård's name autocorrects to Stellar Skateboard?
Nice.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's much more interesting than Stellan Skarsgård.
Who was the guy who played the new Freddy Krueger and he was in The Watchmen is
Jackie Earl
Rorschach.
Haley.
What's his name?
Jackie Earl Haley.
Okay, I always thought that was Skarsgård for some reason. I don't know why.
No.
He looks like a Skarsgård.
There's
Whatever.
so many Skarsgårds. Though.
There are a lot. There are a lot.
Maybe that's like the, no, I'm gonna stop.
No, keep
anyway.
Keep going, Spencer.
I was gonna say
We're
maybe
stalling
that's
till
like
Adam gets here.
that's like the Swedish version of Win.
Yeah.
Nguyen. Where it's like 9 out of 10 Vietnamese people you meet are named Win.
Mm-hmm.
Like Skarsgård is to Sweden as Win is to Vietnam.
About Win, like, okay, it should be WYN, and it's like okay, they don't they don't use Roman letters, Latin letters, whatever, in their language in Vietnamese. But then they meet like a person who speaks English, and they're like, "Oh, hey, my name is Win," and then it gets translated into Latin letters for the first time, and it's NGYU. Like who chose those letters? Like, why couldn't they just pick WYN from the start?
Too easy.
Like, it's our language.
I wish we knew.
I wish we knew.
Yep.
Go back to your country.
So, do you guys want to go through some movie news right now?
Oh, I guess I haven't been watching anything.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot about you. Also, what have you been watching?
Nothing.
Really?
I almost. I've been working my way through Adventure Time since Memorial Day. I wanted to finish it by Labor Day. That's not going to happen.
I thought you were all into Rick and Morty right now.
No, we've discussed this. I don't like Rick
Yes,
and
you
Morty.
do. You're like the biggest Rick and Morty fan. You're like, Trey,
Let's
that
get
sauce.
Swifty.
You're like, you told me yesterday. Actually, this weekend I saw you this weekend. You're like, hey Trey, I'm Pickle Austin.
Okay,
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I
I'm
did
a
turn
pickle.
myself into a pickle.
I'm a pickle. Hey, I'm so intelligent. I get the references.
Okay, besides watching every Rick and
Look
Morty.
how smart I am. I'm a pickle.
Yeah, I don't like Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't dislike it, but the people turn me off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been watching Adventure Time because it ends next year, sometime early next year. The final season is going to start, so I wanted to work my way through the whole thing. I'm about 200 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have like 70 more to go, and then I'll be all caught up. And I think,
Which one was your favorite by number?
okay, by number 30 something, 30.
Yeah,
Five.
mine too, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. It's in my top 10 for sure. I don't know if it cracks 5, but it's great.
Spencer, what's your top 3 favorite shows of all time?
Oh, favorite
Putting
shows.
you on the spot.
That's tough. That's very tough. I'll probably throw the Breaking Bads on there.
Okay.
Probably, I'll say Curb Your Enthusiasm.
And
Bachelor in Paradise.
Nice. Good.
it's a good place.
Yeah, good place to be there.
Good Place. I'll wait till season 2.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
What's the deal with Dean, Spencer?
What?
What does he want?
With Dean?
Yeah, what does Dean want?
Oh crap! I forget. Is Dean one of the characters?
On Bachelor in Paradise?
Oh, Dean's my boy. Oh yes, Dean just wants to have a good. Do
you just want to have a
when
threesome?
when you're in paradise and you've got 2 beautiful babes vying for you, how do you expect a guy to choose just one?
Yeah, I agree.
So I can't blame him. He's in paradise, have a good time, try to find love. He shouldn't rush into anything.
I agree.
I agree too.
He's made his intentions clear that he's madly in love with both of them. So I think he's doing everything by the book.
And he's madly in love with the idea of a threesome.
I think we probably lost about like 20 of our 30 listeners.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've probably did that from the start with the whole
Hey,
car
you guys-
noise. Yeah.
You want to know what I think about Dean?
What do you think?
I think he's there to make
Oh no.
No! No!
Oh, Adam got 9/11.
Adam,
I think what he was saying is
Oh, he's back.
Adam's back. You cut out there.
Hello?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it. I thought my great joke killed.
Just hung up on you.
Yeah.
I thought he was there to make friends.
Oh no. The rule of reality shows, Adam, is that you're not there to make friends.
Yeah, well, but I think he's there to make friends.
Dean is there to make friends,
Yeah.
for sure. Because Dean is just like, good guy.
Yeah, just a good dude. I agree. I
a great
don't
time to
watch the
network.
show, but I already think he's a good dude.
Super Bachelor Cast 64 here.
I wouldn't object. I mean, that's a fascinating show.
It
Like as
It
far
really
as like
is.
the social, like the kind of sociological aspect of it.
I do think the Stanford Sociology and Psychology Department will be studying
Yeah.
our consumer behavior of that show.
Oh yeah,
for
100%.
years to come.
100%. I know Jake and TC actually had a podcast watching The Bachelor. and
Really?
reviewing it, yeah, for a while. I don't know if they still do it. I know it was like a one-off thing.
I watched The Experimenter,
What's
or
that
most
about?
of it. That's got one of the SARS guards I was telling you about.
Schnauzguards.
It's about
the snozberries taste like schnozberries.
It's about Stanley Milgram, who was
Mm-hmm.
a controversial social psychologist. He's famous. He's famous for an experiment, basically looking at human behavior as it relates to like obeying authority.
Is that the Stanford Prison Experiment?
No, it's related. It's like it's very related.
Was
That's
it the shock one? Where
It's
they,
the shock one.
Okay, that one's
basically
scary.
they have a person in a lab coat, and they have 2 people that they say are part of an experiment. One person's a learner, one person's a teacher. The learner is in on the experiment. They put him in one room, and they have the teacher basically go through these questions, and every time the learner gets a question wrong, the teacher sends a shock to them at the guy in the lab coat's request, or give him a shock, and it goes up and up and up and up and up to the point where the learner is screaming, telling him to stop, and then eventually just goes quiet. And an overwhelming majority of the people, even if they say, I think we should stop, will continue to administer the electroshocks because the person in the lab coat tells them to.
That's fucked up.
I remember learning about that in psychology or something. In some college class, I learned about that.
Yeah, it's the experiment itself is really interesting. The movie was interesting at first, but it kind of goes on and continues to follow Stanley Milgram, and it doesn't stay very interesting.
So it wasn't a documentary, it was scripted and acted?
No, yeah, it was an acted movie. But there was also a movie that came out in like 2015 called The Stanford Prison Experiment.
I watched the actual documentary of that.
Yeah, that's also fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
There was apparently also like an earlier 2000s Stanford Prison Experiment movie with oh gosh, what's his name? Oh, it might have been. I can't remember the actor's name. He was the guy that was in Rogue One who was friends with the lady, but then like I guess was old and didn't want to try to run away from the storm, so he just died. What's that actor's name?
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, you mean okay?
It was Forrest Whitaker. he was in it, I think. But apparently
Wesley Snipes.
But
why do you think
Terrence knew? Because I thought I remember seeing that. I didn't see the movie, but I saw like a thing about it, and in that movie they escalated the Stanford Prison Experiment to the point of like rape and murder, which didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the psychologist behind the Stanford Prison Experiment was pissed.
Yeah, but they want to amp that movie up, man. You gotta push the envelope, even though it didn't happen. That's Hollywood for you.
Yeah,
pushing the envelope.
I also recently watched Gone Baby Gone for the first time.
Okay, how was that? I never seen it.
Good.
But it's
Is that the Ben Affleck penis movie?
It's the Casey Affleck
penis movie.
It might have been a penis. I don't remember.
No, penis movie is Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Gone Girl?
That's Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl, baby.
Gone Girl.
Hey, baby. Let me tell you, baby.
Gone, baby, gone.
I don't get these FilmCast
Let me
references.
tell you, baby. Laugh and a half.
Hey, baby.
But that's everything I've seen.
Okay. Well, I say we take a quick break and wait till Adam gets his little tush up here.
Come on, Adam.
Yeah, let's do a...
I'm on Oaklawn right now.
Okay. All right. Cool.
See
See
you
you soon,
Pause.
baby.
See you, baby.
Hey, Trey.
Hey, Austin, how you doing?
I'm not so great, actually.
no?
Yeah, my engine's all gummed up, and there's a
gummed
bunch
up?
of gunk in there, and it's not driving too well.
Why is it all gunked up,
And with
little
these
buddy?
hurricane gas prices,
Let me tell you.
it could not have come at a worse time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, is there anything you could do to help me? I mean, I've tried all sorts of motor oils, natural and synthetic, and nothing's doing the job.
Well, Austin, let me recommend something called GTX Gastro Oil for your butt.
You're close, but I think you meant Castrol GTX Synthetic.
Oh, yeah. Castrol GTX Synthetic.
Oh, yeah?
That's the oil you want for your oil needs.
So that'll degum my engine?
You got a gunked up engine.
Yeah.
You just pour that in there and bada bing, bada boom, baby.
Is there a promo code anyone can go type in on the Castrol GTX Synthetic website?
Promo code is laugh and a half, baby, let me tell you, at spencer.adam.
Okay, well,
Mhm.
I guess I'll direct my web browser to spencer.adam.
And all the proceeds will go to the Hurricane Harvey Irma Fund, but only like a percentage of those proceeds are really going to go there.
Yeah, I
of
know.
it's gonna
I
go
hope most
into-
of them go to Castrol.
Most will go to the Hang Zone, which is
Yes.
just a front for us to,
Yes, that's right.
steal money from the good people because we're evil. We're evil. Hey, we're back. Adam, how you doing? How was your work? How was your car ride?
It was great. It was a laugh and a half.
Laugh and a
Now
half.
I'm here, baby. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. All the catchphrases.
Yeah, I've been getting in on all the catchphrases and stuff. I don't know about baby.
I was listening to the entire show.
When?
I was the voice that you heard.
Well, you were talking.
Right.
You could hear it too?
Yeah, I could hear as well.
Okay.
I was just kind of just saying things. Couldn't hear anything at all. I got some news, Trey.
Yay, we got some news.
All right.
News.
Obviously, we're going to start with the news that's making Hollywood go gaga. I'm not talking about Lady Gaga. Sometimes I call it Holly Weird. Well, this is why people like weird things. It! Largest weekend ever for a horror movie, an R-rated movie.
Horror movie.
A horror movie?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Nymphomaniac had a pretty big weekend.
Hey-o! Bada bing! Baby! my catchphrase is going to be bada bing.
Okay.
All right?
Go for it.
And yours is, yeah, baby. And what's yours, Spencer?
Well, I'm a guest, so I don't know if I can have a guest. That'll be my catchphrase. I'm a guest.
I'm a guest. And Austin, what's your catchphrase?
Yep. Zip zap.
No, it's yep. It's just yep.
Yep.
Yep. All right, we
Okay.
got our catchphrases.
So, largest opening weekend for a horror movie, an R-rated movie, a September movie, $123 million at the box office.
Damn.
Only took $35 million to make, which means...
That's what happens when you rip off child actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's helpful.
Man, why did they rip off Stranger Things? I just felt like the movie was a rip off of Stranger Things.
Because it had that one kid?
No, it was just a total rip off. It's just same thing, like 80s bikes.
Yup.
I'm making a joke.
Hey.
No, I got
No,
you.
yeah.
I got you.
It's
I'm
like-
following you.
I heard someone write, like, I saw someone write that, like, it felt like Stranger Things. It was a rip off. I hate to tell you, but Stranger Things was a rip off of it, idiot.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things.
Yeah, a lot of other
Yeah.
things. in that
Idiot.
era.
It was a ripoff of a 10-year time period.
Yes, it was.
Idiot.
Off that decade.
We'll talk about it next week, but I want to talk about sort of when are we going to get into 90s and 2000s nostalgia?
90s is already that's already.
Yeah.
But like as
Well,
far as
hard.
movies, because it feels like every Hollywood movie
Oh,
now is
yeah.
banking off 80s nostalgia.
Well, I guess
Ni-
that means it's 30 years. So in 10 years, we'll be
It'll
deep
be-
in the middle of 90s rom-com remake.
what does 90s nostalgia look like? Is it just
90s nostalgia is very niche right now, though,
Yeah.
with all the vapor and everything.
Hogs?
Which is 80s, but also like all the Windows core and whatnot.
Don't get me started on the two distinct schools of vaporwave, Spencer. We will be here all night.
I wouldn't be
Vaporcast
surprised.
64.
Vape Bros?
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like Clueless movies start to get remade and like stuff like that. Things in that vein.
Movies like that you can't really remake. You can't really remake a comedy because a comedy is so much the actors
Well, you can.
that are in it. But like, look at Vacation. The
Yeah.
remake a few years ago.
It was great.
It was great. It worked so well. It didn't. It was awful. And it's because like
Well, they did it tongue in cheek.
true.
They didn't remake it. They remade it with a slant to it.
I feel like comedies are written for the times and for the actors
Yeah,
themselves, and you can remake a feeling of suspense in like a horror movie. You can remake that, but I feel like you can't remake like a Steve Martin movie without just having Steve Martin back in it because the movie's kind of made for him in a way.
Yeah.
Well, they've been remaking the Star Wars movies, which was 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're 100% right.
Phantom Menace.
They have.
3D.
I think when you remake a comedy, it's kind of you have to rework it for the time period you're going to remake it for.
Right, you almost have
Yeah.
to write like a spiritual
Yeah.
successor. You can't remake the movie
Right.
exactly.
But the success of this movie is going to spawn a billion remakes of anything that was
Tim Curry.
Stephen King.
kind of interesting. I mean, not
Yeah.
even necessarily Stephen King. I bet we get a new Jason movie and a new Freddy
We
movie.
have gotten a new Freddy and Jason movie. I guess
Jason
again they're
X.
going to do it. Yeah.
They'll do
redo
it over and over again.
I could go
Until
for
they believe it's dry.
a Stand By Me remake, though,
Yeah.
with all females.
Yep.
I could go for an It remake.
The remake of the remake, which
Yeah.
isn't even.
I enjoyed
far-fetched.
it. Why don't I watch more It? Apparently, the sequel's coming in 2019.
Let's cast the sequel.
Okay, Pennywise, Tim Curry.
Okay. They I don't want to talk about the movie right now. So, or I don't want to.
What about
was gonna say
Maddox
something.
Pitt?
Maddox Pitt.
Yeah,
Whom is that?
Brad.
Oh,
I'll
Brad
give you a
Pitt.
guess.
I don't like your humor.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins officially signed on for Wonder Woman 2 to direct.
Oh, great.
It's apparently going to be the highest paid female director ever.
More
Good.
than Catherine Bigelow.
More than Catherine Bigelow, who generally, her budgets on her movies are generally pretty small.
Who is the highest paid female director as of now?
I would say it's probably Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Catherine Bigelow,
Go on, say it.
European. Not European. She's a female American director.
Yeah.
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 mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Wait,
going to
you know
say
what?
gigolo.
No, I was not going to say that at all. Anyway, with your news, they're going to
Yep.
do a Wonder Woman sequel. Great. Hopefully, it's better than the first one because it wasn't that
I-
amazing.
Jay, you're
It's
sexist.
it's not going to be better.
No.
Ooh, the trailer for Justice League looks great, though.
No.
But Aquaman, you get to see him.
Swim
He's all wet.
with the fishes.
He just like jumps off of the Batmobile.
And the Flash just wants to have friends.
And there's no Superman, right?
Right.
No, because
he's
he's dead.
Yeah.
Whoa,
he
spoilers.
died in Batman
Yeah.
v.
This is some
S-Man.
sort of
But then they
DC
have like
verse.
they have the least subtle Superman's alive at the end of the trailer. So I was like,
Does his
oh.
eye go boom? The credits roll.
Batman sits up in his bed and he's sweating and
It was just a dream. He's got a little pointy night hat on.
Star Wars Episode 9, another Star Wars movie loses another
Mhm.
director.
I
Ron
honestly
Ron
don't
Howard's
think.
doing,
He's doing Han Solo.
I
That's
think I think I'm going to equate Star Wars to the Cowboys. It doesn't matter who's director for a Star Wars movie. It doesn't matter who's coaching the Cowboys.
yeah, it's
you know
gonna
who makes
be
all the
bad either
decisions?
way.
Well, yeah. You know who makes the decisions? It's the man upstairs.
Yeah.
It's Jerry Jones. It's J.J. Abrams and Disney.
That's
God.
Walt Disney's severed head is making all the calls.
Yeah, that's basically what it is
Yeah.
that he was butting heads
Sure.
with the Disney execs, which is exactly the same thing we heard with Lord Miller on
Mhm.
the Han Solo thing. It sounds like they pretty much know what they want,
Yeah.
and they just kind of want people to fill in slots
Yeah,
and put their name on it.
I wonder how much a director even matters for a movie like that. You could put a chimpanzee in there probably.
Well, so this guy, Colin Trevorrow, is the
Mhm.
one who got kicked off. He did Jurassic World.
Mhm.
And he did that based solely on the success of Safety Not Guaranteed, which I think I watched with you. It was
travel?
it was Mark Duplass and Aubrey Plaza.
That was good.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
it was
see
a
it.
really good movie, but it was like a tiny indie movie, and they gave him the Jurassic World franchise just
they've been-
based on that.
They've been doing that with a lot of these indie directors, like the guy who directed Kong Skull Island.
Right.
He directed a small indie movie, and they gave him a big movie to direct.
I just think it's weird that they're pulling these indie kind of like auteur directors to try to do this, and they like certain things from them, and then they end up going with, people who have had big budget success
Yeah.
or whatever else because they know that they can be controlled or
Mhm.
whatever it is.
It's it's like a sports reference again. It's like you got a quarterback, like a new quarterback that you draft and want to bring up, but they're not very good, and you don't want to take that chance, so you get the vet in. It's
Yep.
You're not giving the young guy a chance. You're just kind of putting him in there, and then it's not working out for you, so you get the guy who's going to say yes.
You're going for the higher floor
Yeah.
instead of the
Mm-hmm.
the chance at the high ceiling.
Yeah.
Apparently Ryan Johnson, who is the guy who's directing the 8th one,
Uh-huh.
they asked him about it, and he said, "Nope, I'm not gonna do it."
Yeah.
Which I don't know. We've talked about how he's kind of fought with Mark Hamill a little
yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
and
I heard George Lucas threw his hat in the ring.
yeah, apparently J.J. Abrams is the current rumor that
Oh, really?
they're gonna bring J.J. back,
Sure.
even though.
Is this Porg related?
Uh,
Speed over Porg?
oh yeah, it's the 9th one is gonna be the Porg centric. They're gonna introduce Porg in the
Porg
8th
Jedi.
one, yeah, and then they're gonna have their whole Porg planet in the 9th one. All of the main characters are gonna die, and it's just gonna
Yeah,
be
because it's The Last Jedi,
Uh-huh.
and then the 9th one is titled The First Porg Jedi.
right.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a correct statement.
Yeah. Let's see. Toronto International Film Festival is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like there's so much stuff that's going on there. We need to go to a film festival at some point, like a big one.
That's your E3.
Yeah.
That's our E3.
Yeah.
I'm up for going to like Cannes Film Festival or.
Well, Cannes is in France.
We can go. We can go.
Have
Let's
you seen
get the whole
Trey's
crew.
house?
Oh,
You
that's
guys
right. Oh,
can
I'm
go.
sorry. I forgot.
You've actually not seen
He's
my house.
making that MRI money.
Yeah, the MRI money.
Have your dad
You
just
think we
drop a
could get-
few ultrasoundies?
You think we could get some sort of press credentials?
We probably could.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kind of work our way
Mm-hmm.
in. So, just some of the stuff that's showing. Mother.
I've been hearing
Which
some
is-
cool things about it.
It has an
Mhm.
exclamation mark in it, though.
It
Right.
does. It
Mother.
Is lowercase
Mother.
M.
Mother.
Yeah, lowercase m.
I think should I watch Rosemary's Baby? Because I'm hearing a lot of
Yeah,
I need
Comparisons?
To watch that.
I think so. I think that'll get you excited because you know Aronofsky, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you generally know how he feels. If you watch Rosemary's Baby and be like, okay, now
Aronofsky did that.
imagine this as an Aronofsky thing. In my head, it's super
I
cool.
watched The Fountain High. I don't know whether I was just tripping or if it was the movie was weird. Like I really don't know, and I don't want to watch it again because I just want to assume it was both.
And then
That sounds like a really weird thing to say, but it's true.
there's the Darkest Hour, which is the Winston Churchill
Yes,
movie.
Winston Churchill.
Apparently, Gary Oldman got the role after having a vape sesh with the director. He said he was very nervous to talk to Gary Oldman.
Sure.
And then they went outside and they vaped.
Mhm.
And he said, quote, by the end of the vape, we were like brothers. Really brothers.
You can say that about any vape sesh, though.
That's true. Like,
That's-
nothing bonds you.
I don't know whether that's the worst thing I've ever heard or the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Well, it's Gary Oldman. So
Yeah,
it's very
it's
cool.
got to be cool. If it's
Uh,
Gary Oldman.
God.
Gary Oldman.
See, then there's Shape of Water, which
Yeah,
is
that's
yeah.
a
looks
Guillermo del Toro.
which
looks
looks interesting. Downsizing, which is the Matt Damon movie. Battle of the Sexes, which is the Steve Carell, Billie Jean King,
Mhm.
Emma Stone movie. Disaster Artist
Yay.
is showing there.
Oh.
Hey, baby.
They also got a new poster
Mhm.
for Disaster Artist, which is fun. I don't know. It's just a picture
Have
of
to look that
of
up.
the Franco boys sitting next to each other,
Yeah.
looking more like Francos than Tommy.
Yeah, that is a. It is a very odd. I mean, it's obvious if it's your movie and you want to be in it. Yeah, it's not gonna look like the characters, but it's still kind of weird to see
Yeah.
it. You know.
It has it has Dave Franco laughing, and
Yeah.
and then Tommy, he's like worried,
Yeah.
which
Did Dave Franco dye his hair red for this?
I don't think so.
Okay, because he's a redhead, right? That guy's a redhead.
No,
He's
No.
not.
he's blonde hair.
I thought he had red hair.
Who?
Maybe it was like strawberry
Mark
blonde.
Mark.
Mark,
Yeah. I thought it
It's
was
like
red.
strawberry blonde.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care.
fine.
I don't care.
Well, okay, and then the movie that I'm really the most excited about and that I've seen a lot of positive reviews for from TIFF is The Death of Stalin, which is a movie by Armando Iannucci from Veep. He left Veep to go and make this movie, pretty much. And it looks just like Veep, essentially, but just like the power grab that happens after
Mhm.
Stalin has a heart attack, and Jeffrey Tambor's in it,
Oh.
and Steve Buscemi's in it,
Okay.
and none of them are doing accents at all.
Yeah.
It just looks like just a fun sort of like bumbling, we don't know how to do anything right,
Yeah.
power grab sort of thing.
Okay.
It looks amazing. Watch the trailer.
Okay. What's it
uh,
called again?
It's called The Death of Stalin.
Okay. Death of Stalin.
And it's based on true events, quote
Yeah.
unquote. But it's just fun, which is what we kind of talked about with Logan Lucky and a ton of other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Just make movies that are fun.
Yeah. Make the fun movies. Don't have to worry about the. Because that's what I'm wondering with this whole box office thing, and then you get things like It, who are banking it at the box office. Like,
Mhm.
what do people who look at this stuff think? Like, what do they think when they see It make billions at the box office, but you see these little, like, critically acclaimed movies not make anything, but you also see these big action movies not make anything. You see sequels fail. So, I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean anything? Is it just all random? Is there some kind of thing we're missing? Is it maybe it's because, I mean, It has been marketed to death. You know, like, I see it everywhere. And I see Mother now everywhere.
Yeah.
And it might just be my the little the government seeing my computer, saying I saw a trailer for Mother. Now I just see it everywhere on Twitter. But it seems like the marketing for it was so strong. It had to be that, right?
Is it because the only people who go see movies now are teens, basically?
But it's rated R.
Well,
it was rated R.
I mean, like 17 through 20-year-olds. Are those the only people going to really see movies? I mean, I feel like adults don't really go out to movies that much anymore. It's all just Netflix. And
I don't know.
I think I would say kind of the opposite. I would say that mostly it's older, and the success of it is because horror movies appeal to that younger age group.
Mm-hmm.
I think your mic is bad, by the way, Adam.
Well,
I was on that one earlier.
I just walked in here. Jared Leto.
Please act like you don't know his last name.
It's Leto.
It's Leto.
Jared Leto.
It's Leto.
It's Leto.
It's not.
It's Leto.
It is Leto. I've heard him say it.
It's Leto.
It's still Leto to me.
Lexi's chiming in saying it's Leto.
No, it's wrong.
Like it has two T's.
That's
or something.
fake news, Lexi, okay? You're fake news.
Anyway, he decided to go around on set with freaking blind guy contacts on the set of Blade Runner 2049, and no one asked him to. He just decided to be blind. He had to be guided around set. Denis Villeneuve, the director, called the actor's decisions, quote, insane.
It's like sending dead rats to Will Smith.
Yeah, he also he'd give people like used condoms on the set.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Like with cummies in them?
Yes.
What are
Daddy's
we?
cummies.
Some kind of Suicide Squad.
He would come into the room in character at all times, and then this is just the latest. Requiem for a Dream. He lost 30 pounds. He hung out with heroin addicts, just like walked into where heroin addicts were hanging out.
He's a method actor, Adam.
And said, hey, he lost 30 pounds for Dallas Buyers Club, gained 67 pounds for to play Mark David Chapman.
I know,
in Chapter.
he didn't even eat anything good. It was like melted ice cream. It was like gross.
He got gout.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Like if you're gonna gain 30 pounds, do it the right way.
Yeah, just creatine.
Get some good food.
Yeah.
Meat.
Just get freaking buff. Imagine a freaking jacked out Mark David Chapman chasing down John Lennon through the streets of New York.
Do you even lift, bro? Do you even lift, John?
The Rock is Mark David Chapman.
He plays John Lennon too. He has the glasses on.
Kill John Lennon, woman.
Why does The Rock say woman all the time?
Because he's a man.
He is a man. He is a man. Any more news?
There's gonna be a Rocket Raccoon movie.
Great.
Perfect.
That's what we
Great
want.
news.
It's like there being a C-3PO movie.
Yeah. Rocket is the worst character.
Wait, so is this Rocket without or with Groot?
I'm sure he meets up
how
with his
they
old
met.
pal
Is
Groot.
this like before he was genetically engineered and it's just raccoon in the woods?
That would be interesting. And it just leads up to him getting captured, and then it ends.
And then boom, the eye opens.
And he's on an island, and there's a smoke monster. Anyway,
Lilo and Stitch had originally in the ship crash.
I saw
they
that
were
earlier.
going through the city.
Yeah,
but then they had to change it because 9/11,
mm-hmm. And it is 9/11 today.
which means
Never forget it.
Oh,
it's the 16-year anniversary of when they
Yes.
shot the Turtle Club scene.
Please talk
for
please.
Master.
I wanted you to
for
retell
Master of
that story.
Disguise.
Retell that story for listeners who haven't heard that episode. For 9/11 for the victims.
Yeah, for the victims. Dana Carvey was shooting Master of Disguise, the American classic comedy.
Coming out of Paris.
And the hit scene from said movie was at the Turtle Club, where Dana Carvey was dressed as a turtle, and that was 9/11. And so the cast and crew held a moment of silence while shooting the Turtle
Full
Club.
turtle regalia.
Yes.
I'm a turtle.
The production schedule was already so backed up on the highly anticipated Master of Disguise, they could not stop shooting for the day.
He had to spend so much time getting into costume because every single scene he's some sort of different wacky person.
He's a master of disguise.
He's got to be a master of disguise. He can't half-ass it.
And they got to reset that villain's fart machine in his pants every time he laughs.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
So we watched a movie this week as we're kind of getting up there on time. We watched the 2002 documentary Bowling for Columbine.
Launched Michael Moore into international stardom, made him a household name, basically.
Made him a house.
Yeah, I did
he's
probably
fat.
make him a house.
He's fat. I was making a fat joke.
Oh, I
guess
thought
it
you were
wouldn't
talking
work.
about the scene where he made his cast and crew build him a house.
Yeah, he just built him a house.
Yeah.
I need to hold my donuts there. So what made you guys want to pick this movie and watch? Because you brought it up, Austin, and Adam was all into it. And I've never seen it. I saw it, and we'll talk about what I thought.
Well, it's on the list of best documentaries of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now, is it because you like Columbine, or is it because you like Michael Moore?
No.
Nobody likes Columbine.
I mean, it's a nice school.
Yeah, the school is great.
Oh, the school's
I
great.
like
Yeah,
the school.
the Columbine shooting we do not like.
No.
Yes, it's fascinating, but we don't like it.
You love it. You
No.
relate to Dylan and whatever his name is.
Eric.
Eric and Dylan. Don't they? Spencer, do they?
Do they relate to them?
Yeah, like do they kind of talk about how they
They're
kind
not,
of...
They don't relate, but they are related.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Second cousins, well, they were related because they both killed themselves in the school,
Yeah.
Where in the school?
in the library.
Yeah.
There you
See,
go.
Library.
Spencer knows about it too.
Yeah.
When you're friends with you, it's impossible not to know every fact about
We know a lot of fun
Columbine.
facts. Not fun facts. We know a lot of facts.
All right, so you guys are obsessed with Columbine. You just don't ever stop talking about it.
I was planning on bringing my Columbine book in today, but
Okay.
I forgot.
Was it called
It's called Columbine.
ice hockey for Columbine? or skeet shooting for Columbine?
Nope,
That's-
just
Trey, you're making light of.
they didn't
events.
do that before the shooting.
Okay.
You know, I don't even think they bowled that.
Oh, yeah,
day.
I
was
don't think
reading
Yeah,
about
it was the day before, right?
Yeah, I was reading about it. There's no record of them ever like going anywhere but their houses.
Uh-huh.
And Michael Moore kind of says that. He's
Yeah.
like they had the class, but it's unknown whether they ever went. So
So poorly titled movie.
Anyway.
right.
What did you guys think of this film? Have you seen it before?
I hadn't seen it before.
Mhm.
I was trying to place what Michael Moore documentary I had seen, and it may have just been that Rage Against the Machine video. So yeah, I think this may be my first like long form exposure to Michael Moore.
Yeah.
And he's kind of an annoying dude.
He's very unlikable.
Yeah, makes a good movie. But
Yes, it's a.
I don't want him in the movie.
It's a fascinating movie. I can't stand Michael Moore.
He's like the karaoke DJ who thinks it's his turn to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Now
took-
I'm gonna take a crack at this one.
No.
kept prodding and poking his nose in
Right.
places where maybe he should have just taken a back seat and let the
Yeah.
people talk. And
Mhm.
I thought the movie meandered a little bit.
Yeah, it was. I have a lot of notes actually. It was very. Now, what do you think this is? Now, what do you think? There's no violence here. It's like, no, it's obvious what you're getting to. Just say it. And you did it for like 30 minutes.
I didn't have as much problem with that as like there's a way that you can hold people's feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Another things like he should have held Charlton Heston's feet to the fire like he did.
Mhm.
He probably should have held that bank that gave away the guns.
Yeah.
Feet to the fire like they did. To the cop, be like, hey, why aren't you investigating the pollution that's covering up the Hollywood sign? It's like this guy's just
Sir,
little
somebody's
smarmy.
dead in that
standing
house
here.
right there.
Yeah.
And the
I don't
TV
have
show,
time
like,
for-
why aren't you making this show? Well, here's
Right.
my pitch idea. It's like, well, it's because it's an entertainment. It's making money. No, it's probably bad that, it's probably immoral, but, look, it's the job he's in. You work for the entertainment business. You would know.
Like, it
Yeah.
sounds like he really wanted to make a pollution movie, and it's like,
Well, he did eventually.
yeah, like, let's maybe not shoehorn all that into this one.
So, some notes. I kind of wrote from the start. I've never really been a big Michael Moore guy. This is the first movie of his I've seen, so maybe it's just, osmosis from just things I've seen him in, and maybe like Team America World Police.
Team
Which
America's my longest
Yeah,
Michael Moore exposure.
I think, yeah, same here. And that episode of Family Guy where they fart. together in unison.
Wait, the one where they fart?
Where Peter and Michael Moore have a farting contest. Peter and Michael Moore have a farting contest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only two really things.
Now, was that a big part of the episode, or was it?
That
just
was like one of those like one-off jokes.
Oh,
you
Wait,
know?
Wait
that
for
was
like
it. It was
2
that
minutes.
one episode of Family Guy with the one-off jokes.
Yeah, that one was.
Did they
one-off
draw it
jokes.
out like really long where it was still funny?
Yeah, it went way too long. So yeah, I thought the buying the gun at
Did
the
he fight a
bank.
chicken?
Huh?
And then did they bring the chicken back?
Okay, the bank.
Yeah, the bank thing was interesting,
Uh-huh.
and the barbershop was even more kind of just at a barbershop you could buy ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
And where were they? They were in at that
Michigan.
point Michigan, yeah, Flint,
Mhm.
Michigan.
Yep.
That was pretty weird. Like I don't even think I've seen that. Maybe laws have changed, but I've never seen that. Maybe it's just Dallas, Texas doesn't do that. Maybe if you go more in the country, they do. But I've never seen it. That's interesting.
I bet you could probably find places that that do.
Yeah.
Be
But
cool if you bring like loading a gun while you're getting a
A
haircut.
haircut. I thought I would have seen a whole documentary on those militia people. Like that
Yeah,
was
Those
just
totally incompetent.
oh man.
And that one guy he talked to, he just had he looked
Oh,
like he
yeah.
was about to just.
Just,
Yeah, that was disturbing.
The
What?
best part was the guy who could not buckle his belt
Yeah,
the whole time he was
he
talking
just-
about his super serious whatever.
That was fascinating. The whole militia people, I thought. Man, I would have just liked to see a movie on that. Just all those guys and their fucked up shit.
Yeah. That was great. And then the dude who like influenced all the Timothy McVeigh
Yeah.
and stuff. And when he like puts the gun to his head.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "What, you think I'm crazy?" Or-
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm not crazy, man.
God, that guy.
That guy scared me.
Yeah.
Because he was just like together enough mentally to be able to do some shit.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like that guy.
No. And then just everyone was so fearful of the cops and all that, and just no one trusted authority whatsoever.
Right.
It was kind of showing. I felt like it didn't necessarily put things together in a coherent way at times, but maybe that's the point. Because I felt like there was a whole bunch of different ideas, and they never really came together.
There wasn't really an overarching story. It was just kind of, let's go through all the reasons why Eric and Dylan might have done it until we just kind of get to the one that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, and because it was like, okay, well, first focuses on these militia people who fear authority and the government, and they think they're going to take their property. Then it kind of goes into gun sales, and it's so easy to buy a gun, but then it goes into the media and how manufacturing firearms was a racist idea,
Which I think is generally the thesis. I would say is the media.
Yeah,
It's fear, basically.
Is what he focus is on, and I guess living in a Trump America, you can definitely see how those seeds were used during the campaign.
I think yeah.
Because the conclusion he comes to, I assumed that it wasn't going to be about Columbine, really. It was going to be about gun control.
Right.
And
It wasn't even about gun control.
Well, yeah,
it was
went
about
that way for most of the thing, and then the whole Canada thing comes up,
Right.
and you're like, well, shit, what could it be? And then it comes to the point of just like Americans thrive on fear. They're fed fear, and it makes them feel safe to be afraid of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know who else thrives on fear?
Pennywise.
Pennywise the clown.
Yeah. Come
Is his
next
name
week, we'll
It,
talk
or is
about
it
that.
Pennywise?
It's Pennywise.
Well, who's it? Is that
It's
also
just
Pennywise?
the movie name. It.
Okay.
Yeah. This isn't the
Thanks for
It
clearing it up.
cast. The Marilyn Manson part where he says campaign of fear and consumption. I thought that was the most that was the most like, oh, okay, I understand this.
Mhm.
If you
part,
keep
yeah.
people afraid, they'll keep buying stuff.
buying stuff and
basically.
yeah, and it's interesting that this is made in 2002 and it's still worse than ever.
It's very relevant. I
Yeah.
feel like nowadays.
Mm-hmm. And it's let's see what else in here.
It's also like after major shootings, gun sales always spike.
Mhm.
Not because necessarily people were wanting to stay safe, but because they're afraid that they're going to take gun rights away.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily something that they really touch on in this. But it definitely jumps around because it goes and then it hits on like poverty and like
the whole
wages, and then
the one woman had to ride the bus so she couldn't watch her kids,
right.
And it goes into a whole lot of different symptoms of sort of gun violence in the United States. Because when they were in Canada, I thought his whole thing was going to be, oh, Canadians don't own guns, but it's like, oh no, it's the opposite.
They have more guns per capita than we do. Almost.
I was surprised by that. So
they have almost no murders.
I guess it is the media, really controlling the fear.
Yeah.
I thought the cartoon. I hear there's a lot of controversy with the cartoon because it was right after they were talking to Matt Stone, right?
Yes.
And it goes into the cartoon, and it feels like a South Park cartoon.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like produced by.
It wasn't.
Trey and Matt.
No.
Was that made for the documentary?
That was for the documentary. It wasn't produced by Trey and Matt, and they actually got angry because because it wasn't them, but it was so much in that style.
Yeah.
And that's why they portrayed Michael Moore the way they did in Team America, because they were upset by that.
It looked a lot like every Flash cartoon that was like really big at the time.
Mm-hmm. It was informative. It was insightful.
Sure.
A little bit.
Yeah, it was insightful. I couldn't help but sometimes while watching the movie, like, okay, well, because some of it's like kind of the history lessons were a little more, it could be up to interpretation, so it's like, well, can we get the facts on that maybe, or is that just an opinion, or is there facts to back that up? Like, I don't know.
That's the thing is, like, when it comes to the America stuff, it's very fact-based. Mm-hmm. And then when he goes up to Canada, he's like, I asked a police officer, hey, have you ever seen a murdered guy?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, once a long time ago. And when it would have been just as easy for him to draw out stats. Even after having that interaction, if you just back it up with statistics, I think it accomplishes both things. Yeah. But there's like kind of a lot of assumptions made just at random points. And then there's also talk of, American government coups and takeovers and all that sort of thing, which doesn't really necessarily have a place.
I think he was trying to make the point with the media was blaming all this on movies and Marilyn Manson and video games and all that other stuff, where the most influential person is the president of the United States and the U.S. government. That should be the most influential person in America, and they're bombing countries every day.
Right.
I think that might be the irony, is that it's the government and the president are the real symptoms of the problem, not the music or the movies, anything like that. Mm-hmm. I think that might have been the thing, but still, again, though, it was a little, it's a little, I could see why people kind of turn their nose to this, especially if they're not as open to certain ideas as others.
It's a little pushy.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I thought it had good ideas, definitely. I mean, it was probably dead on with the media stuff.
If there's anything I had a problem with, it was too many ideas, and I wanted to see more fleshed out opinions on the stuff that they do address.
Yeah, I would have liked to maybe had it more just focused on the media aspect, because I felt like that was kind of the most solid idea, and then it kind of went everywhere else, too. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was enjoyable. I think it still holds up to today's standards, and Charlton Heston thing at the end was
it's great. I think that was the last public interview he ever did.
Probably, yeah,
before he died.
Mm-hmm. Wow. He was a son of a bitch too. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
dick.
I'd give it 2 thumbs up. It'd get 3 if it had less Michael Moore in it.
Yeah,
and more Michael Moore behind the camera.
So I guess people didn't know who he was back then.
No, he was
an
success
author.
with Roger and Me was his
first
Roger
and Me was about Enron, right?
88. No, it was about them closing the factory in Detroit,
right?
Okay.
The Chrysler factory or whatever, and because that basically supported the whole town, and it was about him trying to get an interview with the CEO of just why he made like such a greedy decision and stuff.
Okay.
And I think that was his first big break.
Because when he comes into Charlton Heston's house saying I'm an NRA member, and it's like, oh, okay, just come on in. I was like, okay, he obviously isn't like a household name.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because he said, hey, I'm Michael Moore, the filmmaker. Do you know me? And he said, oh, yeah, I know you.
Yeah. But he obviously didn't know him that well.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because I think if today Michael Moore went up to like, I don't know,
he would never
would
be able
not
to get
in,
close to Wayne LaPierre or whoever.
Yeah, he would not be able to. Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Makes me want to watch Fahrenheit 9/11.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, again, it's like, and I'm not I don't know, I'm not like a big, you know, I thought it was good. I thought it had interesting ideas. I don't want to sound like I'm some like big like right-wing guy, but it's like sometimes I just get a little, I just feel like anytime there's a certain slant to something, I always kind of try to back away from that and try to see maybe the more in the center. And so I thought there were a few things where I'm like, well, maybe it might be more in the center, but it was still a really good documentary. And I mean, the media thing was spot on, you know, with the whole, you know, fear and the you know, politics of fear and Trump America fear and stuff like that. Like,
if you take out the pollution stuff and him being pushy, I thought it was less opinionated than I would have thought. You know, it's not just kind of down the middle, like here's some reasons why it could have happened, basically. But he did start to get a little libby at certain points.
If you watch, I would rather watch a documentary like 13th, where that I feel had a very strong centerpiece to it, and everything was around it, and they talked to people from both sides, and kind of based everything around that.
13. What's that about? 13th.
13th is about the 13th Amendment and basically how the prison system is another form of slavery.
Yeah, I might not have been that, but I've seen something about that too. Yeah,
it's by Ava DuVernay.
Okay.
Who did Selma?
Okay.
And it's on Netflix. You can watch that. And I think it kind of touched on that, this Bowling for Columbine did, and then they never kind of went down that path.
Yeah, with the whole program that one lady was in,
right?
Where it's like you're a slave to this.
It's indentured servitude.
Yes,
really.
right. Yes.
I mean, it's like you're kind of coerced into it, and then there's no way out of it. Like, you have the choice to leave, but you really don't if you want to survive.
Right. You guys want to do quick Twitter questions because
Let's do it. We got 2 outs.
Yeah. Oh, we got 2 outs. We're done. Oh shit. Okay.
Quick.
We gotta do this quickly. First we have Peridactyl. My friend Peridactyl. He says, favorite action movie so far this year.
Triple X: Return of Xander Cage.
Oh, thank you.
You stole mine. Fast and Furious: The Fate of the Furious.
I've not seen Fate of the Furious, and I've not seen John Wick 2 yet. I'm gonna say Logan.
I think Dunkirk is probably actually.
Is that an action flick though, or is that a war flick?
Isn't war the ultimate action?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that counts, and then Kong Skull Island, which.
Oh yeah, that came out this year
also
too.
one of the
Yeah.
best action movies.
All right.
I'm gonna say Kong Skull Island.
Kong Skull Island.
Because the other two are already taken.
I'm gonna say Dunkirk, baby. No, I'll say Logan. I don't know. Logan Lucky was great too.
I wouldn't say that was an action movie.
It's more of a heist movie, I guess. Yeah. Thoughts on It movie sequel theory? Basically, the scary clowns from 2016 will tie into the the sequel of the movie. So pretty much sequel to the movie. 27 years later, they're adults. That takes place in 2016, where all those creepy clowns are going on. They think it's gonna have to do with that. I don't know.
If true, that's like the best marketing for a movie since Blair Witch Project.
Sure.
Which was
that's the theory that they were doing that for the movie?
No, they actually did that. They passed around VHS tapes of the movie.
Oh, really?
Well, for Blair Witch.
Blair Witch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they'll tie that in just because it's maybe they might have something on the TV. I don't know. I don't know if they would tie it in, but I mean, it'd be interesting if they did.
I think it would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Generally, not a huge fan and just kind of shoehorning in events just because, if nothing else, 2-3 years after, people may not remember, let alone 20 or 30.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people don't remember now about the clowns.
No. Joffrey Holland asks, answer the question, Trey, your fans want to know. I don't know what he is alluding
Probably
to.
talking about the video game question.
Daily.
Okay, the video game question. This is a film podcast. Stop asking video game questions.
You tell him.
All right, let's go.
Chris the Fields asks, hey, Trey, Adam, Chucky, and I'm going to add Austin as well. How do I enter the fun zone?
Okay.
The fun zone?
He might be talking about the hang zone.
Okay, well, since he can't say it correctly, next.
All right, sorry there, Christopher the Fields.
Get the cake.
Some lady named Lexi asks, what sequels are better than the originals? IYO.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace.
Fast and Furious 6.
Two Towers and Return of the King.
Two Towers.
I'd say
is the
Two Towers
weakest.
maybe.
Godfather 2.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Back to the Future 2.
No.
No.
It's good.
It's good.
But it's not as good
It's
as
also
Yeah.
a continuation because it's part 2.
That's true. Another sequel that's back. Yeah, I'd say
It's over.
That's hard to think.
It's
Yeah,
done.
it's over. It's done.
I meant the baseball game. Not your
Lexi
answer.
asks. Oh shit, we gotta get going. Lexi asks, what did she do with the bean after she cut it off? All right, we're not gonna answer that. Okay.
Let this end there.
Let's end there. We'll answer your other questions later. I swear to God.
continued.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Follow me at Trey Vids. Where can we follow you, Spencer, on Twitter?
Coach Chucky.
Coach Chucky, Adam,
At the Fullerton.
Austin.
Just find me at the Hang Zone.
All right. Thanks for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think. Have a great day. Bye. It's called a road. It's called a Rainbow Road. It is a road that you go. It's a road. It's called the Rainbow Road. And we will know when you get there. It's called a road. It's called the Rainbow Road. It is a road that you go. It's a road that you go when you die. It's a road called Rainbow Road. It's a road we're all gonna go. It's a road called Rainbow Road. It's got Princess Peach, Mario, and Toad. It's a road called Rainbow Road. It's a road we're all gonna go. It's Rainbow Road. It's where you go when you die. It's Rainbow Road. I'm with you again, Uncle. It's Rainbow Road. It's where you go when you die. It's Rainbow Road. I miss you again, Uncle. Oh, Rainbow Road.
Where did you learn the song?
It's called the road, it's called the Rainbow Road. It is a road that you go. It's called the road, it's called the Rainbow Road.
What's that song from?
And you will.
Rainbow Road.
I mean,